Hey, what's up, fellow Ragers? It's Hitmarker here, your worst enemy and your best friend, and I have a story time to tell you with Nico.
I'm eating.
He's eating some kettle brand potato chips. And that's verbatim what it says.
Delicious.
So, set the premise.
I'm at Jake's house tonight because tomorrow morning him and I are gonna go visit his rich grandparents. It's gonna be awesome. Not because they're rich, partially because shut up. Anyways, so I'm here tonight, and I was gonna go out and get some shorts change into from my car, and he was gonna take his dog out to take a shit. And we walk out to my car, and there in the middle of the street is a woman.
Wait, first off, my dog was barking at some black blob across the street.
Yeah, the dog is already barking as soon as we come outside. Like, it should have been a sign.
Yeah.
It really should have been a sign.
And then
she stands up and slowly walks towards us, just crying hella loud, and goes, "Can you please help me?" over and over and over again.
I wasn't there for that part.
Yeah, he wasn't there. I was alone, and I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, I've seen this horror movie before. I've seen this.
Where's the gun?
Where's the gun?
The knife.
And anyways, so I'm like, don't eat my chips, little faggot. I'm like, yeah, so what do you need? And she's like, I need a ride. And I'm like looking at my car with all my doors open because I was getting shit out of it. And she's just like asking me for a ride to her what did she say? Like to her boyfriend's house?
Apparently her baby's lost.
Her daughter. I think she's asking for a ride to her daughter. I was like, where is it at? And she's like, up the street. And I'm like, all right,
Up the street?
hop in. That's what she said. I was like, hop in and we'll take you. And she's like, I just need to see my daughter. I'm like, okay, get in the fucking car and I'll take you.
I'm not crazy.
Shut later in the fucking story. So we're sitting there telling her, yeah, we'll give you a ride. And she's just sitting there telling us, like, that she wants to go see her daughter. And then she starts telling us about her boyfriend beats her and shit like that. Hold on. I should probably say that when I got to Jake's house, this lady was already in the street.
But she was?
She was okay, though. She was just standing there just being a lady.
She was really there still?
I think she was on the phone. Where are you going?
Oh, my soda.
Jake's grabbing a soda. So, she was there. And I was here for like an hour before we went outside.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, we're here for like an hour.
Play Minecraft or something.
Play Minecraft a little bit, yeah. Anyways. So, Jake goes back inside and leaves me out there like an asshole.
Well, my dog was trying to eat her.
Good point. Anyways, and I'm standing there with her, and she's like, "Can I just have a hug?" And keep in mind that I'm like 6'1", kind of tall.
She was like 4'5".
She was like 4 feet tall.
I'm 5'5", and she was shorter than me, so I don't.
So she walks up to me. She's slowly approaching me, and I'm getting really scared because I know what happened to this part in the movie. And what are you just pointing at?
Gun. I was holding a Glock.
Oh, they can't see that.
Like that bitch.
Anyways, and
I know.
she's slowly walking towards me. She's like, "Can I just have a hug?" So I try to give her a hug, but I'm like way taller than her, so her face is like under my boob. It was awkward, and she just sits there crying into me, and apparently breastfeeding.
That happened before I was there?
Yeah.
What the
For like 5 minutes, she sat there just crying into me. I'm like, what? You're like 50, and I'm
I know.
like 17.
I walked out, and you were like crouching on your knees, like prone and shit. And
I was prone.
Yeah.
No, because like,
fucking
and
camper.
then, yeah, she grabs my hand and pulls me to the sidewalk. I'm like, don't touch me. This is awkward. And she pulls me to the sidewalk, and she sits down and starts like crying hella loud. And she kept apologizing, and I'm just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then like it's over and over again. And then she finally, like, Jake comes out and sits down, or like goes prone next to me, and we're sitting there in the middle of the street talking to our prone. And she calms down. She calms down for a minute, and she's totally like, at first we thought this lady, her husband, fiance, boyfriend, whatever, took their daughter, and apparently they're not getting along right now.
Yeah.
So me and Jake, she calms down, and she's telling me and Jake the story, and it's starting to make sense.
Jake and
okay. I will slap you. And it's starting to make sense. We get it.
Professional. All right.
These are good. Anyways.
And she kept asking him if he was in the Marines like 6 times.
Yeah. No, she didn't ask. She was like, "You're in the Marines, right? Like, aren't you a Marine? Do you know my brother?" You know, she asked me. She's like, "You know my brother, right?"
She said brother, then she said cousin and nephew.
Yeah. Dude, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Who the fuck?
Me and Jake are prone, and she's telling us a story, very calm. She's sad, but she's not crying. Like, she's practical, you know. And all of a sudden, she goes, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And then she goes, are you guys racist?
Yeah. And we're like, no.
No, we're definitely not racist.
And she's all, I'm kind of racist.
No. She goes, are you guys sure? And Jake's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I have a black brother-in-law. Because he has a Mexican girlfriend. I have a black brother-in-law. We're not racist. And she's like, are you guys sure? Really, honestly. Guys, honestly. No, we're not racist. And she's like, I am a little bit. And she's trying to tell us she has an Assyrian boyfriend.
Yeah, was it Assyrian?
She said her daughter's half Arabian and her boyfriend's Assyrian.
No, if she's half Arabian, then her boyfriend must be Arabian.
Maybe
too.
It's not his. Maybe I don't think she has a
daughter.
She's
she's all, he's not even an American citizen, and blah, 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 all this shit. And she's like, they're trying to say my daughter's half Arabian and not half citizen or something like that. She's like, we're trying to get that worked out, blah, blah, blah. And then when something about the phone, that was pretty much next, right?
No, this is the part where she was like, you know my brother, don't you? And I'm like, no. You guys have talked to my brother? And I'm like, no. She goes, you're a Marine. And I'm like, I'm 17. She's like, yeah, but you're the Marine Corps. I'm like,
you can't fucking be in the Marines at 17.
I'm like, I work at KFC. I'm not in the Army. And
Fuck the Army.
She was like, you're not? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, my whole family's in the Army. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, if they were here, this problem would be solved. And I'm like,
well, they're not here.
Okay.
And then she pulls out her iPhone.
She pulls out her iPhone and asks me for my phone. She's like, do you guys have a phone? And I'm like, yeah.
She looks at it and goes, no, and then puts it back.
Yeah, no.
You have a charger?
I hand her my phone. She looks at it, freaks out, almost throws it, and hands it back to me. And she's like, do you guys have a charger? And asks me if my phone is charged. And I'm like, relatively, yeah. And she's just like, can I use it? So I hand it back to her. And she's like, I don't understand it.
And then she's like, do you guys have a charger?
Call him for me. And she hands me the phone. And I'm standing there like, who do you want me to call? She's like, just call him. And I'm like, call who?
And at this point, she's getting bitchy, and him and I are looking at each other like, are you fucking kidding me?
She's getting mad at us. Like, after all, we were trying to help her.
Yeah.
And she's getting mad at me because I don't know his phone number or who he is or what I'm supposed to say.
And it's kind of funny because she's like, I was texting the whole time, and she's all asking for a phone. I'm all shaking my head no, like, habit. Like, I'm texting the whole time.
Yeah, and then, like, she tells me the number. I didn't hear it, so I asked her again. She's like, no, but that was not the number. This is the number. And you can tell I'm mad at me. So then I call him.
That's like bipolar.
And then she's like, just tell him your name. And tell him...
I don't remember. Catherine?
You don't say her name. Censor that.
Who gives a fuck?
Alright, whatever. Fuck Catherine or something like that. I was like, Catherine's here, and she needs your help. And then she screams into my phone, Help me! Help me! Over and over again. So I hand her the phone.
And my door's open, too. I just closed the screen.
Oh, shit. Yeah, and I hand her the phone, and she starts screaming, there's these two guys, and they won't tell me where I am, and
like
I
we
need
kidnapped
help.
them.
Yeah, like these two, 17-year-old kids kidnapped this grown-ass woman.
Bitch.
And she's, screaming, they won't tell me where I am, and I don't know where I am, come help me, just help me. And she gives me, she almost, runs away with my phone, and then she finally gives it back.
Yeah, she walked, a car length. She walked past his car.
She starts walking away, yeah,
past my
car.
Yard. And then came back, and we were about to, oh, this bitch,
But she gives me back my phone, and he keeps calling the shit out of me. I don't want to get into this. And she's like, please just call him and tell him you don't know this bitch. That's
verbatim what she said.
That's exactly what she said. And I'm just like, I'm not going to call him. And she's like, you guys can go back inside now. And
then a car drives down the street. She's like, oh my god, and her little fucking pudgy ass runs into my yard, she opens the door and goes into my house and closes the door. And him and I are like, what the fuck, dude?
No. She tells us, she goes, you guys need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. Because there's headlights way down the street. It was obviously not the person she called because they don't know where she is.
She didn't say, we pretty much kidnapped her from what they think, so.
Yeah, we even yelled into the phone, we're on Devarikyu because we're in Japan. And, we see his headlights, and she's like, you guys need to get out of here. And she runs up his front yard, opens his door, and then, stands there, in the screen door. Her face is touching the screen door.
Fucking creepy.
And then she starts walking around the house, and we're outside, slowly walking up, what the fuck
we're about to beat her ass.
His parents are asleep. Well, his mom and his mom's boyfriend are asleep. So, we're out there, what the fuck? She's in the house. His mom's pregnant, by the way.
Yeah.
So...
And expecting second.
We're outside, and she's wandering in the house, and she comes out of the house this isn't my friend's house.
Yeah, this is my friend's house.
And then she pushes us inside and slowly walks down the yard, and we slam the door shut.
You're like, lock the door.
Lock the fucking door. We lock every door in the house, go in his room, and laugh our asses off.
And then we made s'mores, and that's the end of that.
We made hella s'mores.
That was awesome. I had a little fireball of white Kami shit is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, that was crazy shit though. I don't even know. Like, at first we're like, okay, she needs help. Something's wrong with her. I don't know. Maybe she's high on drugs. Her boyfriend punched her in the dick. I don't know. And then she's like, I'm not crazy. And then I'm like, your boyfriend obviously says she's crazy a lot.
Oh, remember she told us to call him back and tell him that she was dead.
She said that?
Yeah, she was like, call him and tell him I'm dead. She's like, I'm dead.
Oh, and then she brought up a thing. She's like, oh, I could, if you call that number and he doesn't answer, you can call another number and the FBI will be here.
I was like, what the fuck? And then she starts going, we're all dead. We're all dead. We're all dead. And that's when she runs up the front yard. And I was like, what the fuck?
So him and I, for like the last, I would say like 3.5 minutes, we were sitting there like, okay, this girl is completely insane.
Yeah. At first, she seemed like she was freaking out, but she said she lost her daughter. She said her boyfriend kidnapped her daughter. That makes sense to be kind of freaking out.
Yeah, and
that was fair.
But then she starts going psycho, and the point when she said, "I'm not crazy," I'm like, okay, she's crazy.
She's crazy.
If anyone says that, they're crazy. And then she said something about the FBI, and I was like, okay, why are we talking to this bitch?
And then she's like adamant about being in the military.
Yeah, like
and she kept asking us over and over again if we were American citizens.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Are you honestly? Are you American citizens? Honestly, are you American?"
And you're white as shit, and I look pretty white, so I don't know what.
I'm very, very white. I'm full German, and Jake is
Portuguese.
You're Portuguese
Indian
and white,
and German
and white.
Yeah.
You're like 80% white, 20% something else.
I'm a little mutt.
But he's mostly like you look at Jake like, yeah, you're white.
Yeah.
But like she was like adamant about asking if we're American citizens. I'm like, do I have an accent? I'm sorry, Mike. What do you want from me?
It was fucking weird, but
it was so weird. Oh, at the end of the story, at the end, like towards the end, she stands up and puts her arms in the air and goes, "I'm free. I'm an American." And we're like, "Yeah,
woohoo!"
Like literally, Jake goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
And then I was made a smart ass, and then she came to us and gave us a hug. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, she gave me a hug and then hugs Jake, and it was hilarious.
She looked like she was in a little blob sitting in a ball. And I thought maybe she was like normal height, and then she stood up, and she's like borderline midget. She's like my girlfriend's height. She literally was.
It was really weird. It was uncomfortable. And how long is this commentary?
It's been 12 minutes and a half.
Want to chop it up in 2 videos?
Yeah. So we should talk a little more so it's actually like normal videos.
I like how in every video I'm in, I always talk about technical shit you're not supposed to talk about in a commentary.
Yeah. That doesn't really matter.
They don't really care, I don't think.
No, but it's just so weird. I've never been in an experience like that, and the city I live in, I guess, has a lot of psycho people like that. I don't know.
There are weird people here, because we live in like a half redneck, half Mexican town.
Yeah, when she said he's illegal, I immediately thought, oh, Mexicans.
Nope, Assyrian.
Yeah,
she claims Assyrian.
Because in California, the border's kind of right there, so, and it's cheap where I live, so they come here.
It is pretty cheap here, huh? For California.
Especially where you live, too.
Dude, everything's cheap in Salado.
Yeah, because where they hop the border, it's like right into LA. That's fucking, like, that's expensive, so.
Yeah.
They get their ass.
Well, the border isn't right in LA. It's like in Santa something or other, isn't it?
Any city with sand in it is expensive.
Santa. That means Satan in Spanish, isn't it?
What? Santa?
No habla es Spanish.
I don't know. I'm Portuguese. My grandpa knows Portuguese. That's about it.
Wait, the one we're going to go see tomorrow?
They're white.
Oh.
Because
of course they're multimillionaires.
On my dad's mom's side, they're white. And on my dad's side, they're Portuguese.
Oh, the great-grandparents are your mom's?
They're my dad's mom's side.
Wait, who are we seeing tomorrow? Are they your mom's or your dad's?
My dad's grandparents.
Okay.
On his mom's side, though. Not on his dad's side.
Okay, I see.
The ones on his dad's side are dead.
Oh.
Actually, his grandma on his dad's side is like 95.
I'm getting so confused.
Dude, my dad's mom, she's 95, and she's like completely normal. It's crazy.
Dude, at KFC today,
it's because she's Portuguese.
this black dude came in named James, and he asked for a senior discount, and I was like, I can't give you a senior discount. He was 68. He looked like he was like 40.
Are you serious?
Dude, he was 68. He showed us, like, he was 68. I was like, whoa, you're in good shape, dude.
Yeah, you need to meet my dad's dad. He's buff, bro. He's like yoked. Like
your dad's buff.
He's buffer than my dad.
Were you serious? Your dad,
I swear to God. Well, he used to be. Now he's getting more into cardio because he's older. That's more important. But
right. Well, your dad looks like half a Hulk. Like, your dad's fucking cut.
Yeah.
Where's end it right here.
Alright, well, bye.